Alright, so it's race day today. So this weekend is an omnium. So for those of you that don't know what an omnium is, in this instance, it's 3 days. You get points each day based on your scoring. So a lot of racing in the cycling world is GC. It's not point based, but time based. So if one day some person gets off the front, they get a lot of time. But in this instance, you can't really get a lot of time. So every person gets a point. So if you get first, you get 40 points. If you get second, you get 37. And then you get third, it's 35. So it keeps going down. And then at the end of the weekend, you add up how many points everyone gets. And then whoever gets the most points, that's kind of how you win. That's how an omnium works. So we have Barry Wolfe and CBR this weekend, as well as, so a lot of people didn't do it, but it's included in the omnium. It's a street sprints it was at Dominguez Hills. It's where they do one of the CBR races. So I went there because new event. It was fun. It only lasted 10 seconds. The sprint was super short, but it was a fun event. I really did it because it gives me points for the overall omnium, which I hope I do well in. I want to win it, and I think because a lot of people didn't do the street sprint, I think I have a good chance of winning. Yeah, so going into some races, it's always good to kind of have the strategy. My strategy for, at least for the crits, they're both about 90 minutes, so they're not incredibly short, but they're not really long. Most of the SoCal crits are really intense, so going into Barry Wolfe, which is later today, it starts at 3. A lot of the pro races start later in the day. So my strategy is to sit in the first half, and because a lot of attacks usually go, and if you spend a lot of energy in the first half of the race, it's really hard to be fresh for that latter half of the race where usually a break goes. And I'm kind of hoping to get into a break because I have a decent sprint, but against the pure sprinters, it's not super good. So if I can get into a break and then sprint off of that, that's definitely my best option to win. But if I see that the field is being really, if they're chasing everything down or people are really trying not to let the break go, then I'll sit in the last 10-15 minutes, rest, and then just prepare for a sprint. So field sprints get kind of dicey sometimes, but hopefully, you gotta cross your fingers, sometimes hope for the best. Everyone's super experienced in the Pro Win 2 races, so it's usually, nothing usually happens in the final, but yeah, people kind of come over people and they dive inside of people on corners, but I do my best to be really safe. So that's my strategy for Barry Logan and for CBR. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, yeah, big thing. So I said I wanted to win the omnium. I think I have a good opportunity because a lot of people didn't actually do the street sprints. So let me show you guys the prizes for the omnium. So this is the overall omnium, and so the pro category, that's right there, the Pro Win 2. At the end you can see it's 12. So you can see right there, it's my computer will turn on. It's $1,250 total purse. I'm hoping to get at least top 3. So $150. That's good. But ideally $500. I'd be super stoked on that, just because I already have an advantage on a lot of the other crit racers because I went to the street sprints and there was only like 4 people that showed up. So hopefully I have an advantage in the Omnium. Oh yeah, and so besides the Omnium, I'm going to race with the GoPro on, so we'll see how that goes. It's not one of the cool new like really small black GoPros, but hopefully it works well and I don't mess up the angle, because I think I've seen videos where the angles kind of mess up and it's not, you don't really even want to watch it. So I don't know how you can correct for that, but maybe I'll ask Rasan and see what he says. Alright, so yeah, wish me luck for this weekend. Hopefully I can get the actual race video posted like maybe tomorrow morning, because the race doesn't start till 3. I wouldn't get home till like 7. So yeah, maybe tomorrow morning when I have a little bit more time, or maybe I just like will go to sleep super late. So we'll see. Alright, thanks. So right now it's 9:30. Just got back from the race, showered, and now I'm here. So the race went super well. Super stoked. I won, so that's always a good day. So originally I had planned to sit in for the first half of the race. That didn't really end up happening. So the first 20 minutes I sat in, and I actually probably sat in a little too long. I only did 205 watts, so it was a super easy first 20 minutes. A break got away about 10 minutes in, and luckily I had some of the Masters guys double up and they raced the Pro 1-2 with me to kind of help me out. So they helped me kind of keep the break within a bridgeable distance. So after they were out for 10 minutes, I saw the caliber of riders that were in it. So Tyler was in there, Justin was in there, 2 of the SoCal cycling guys were in there. So I knew that, and they were working together. They had stayed away for 10 minutes already and had 25-30 seconds on the field. So I knew that it was going to be worth the energy to bridge to a break like that. So about 20 minutes in, I attacked the field and rode for a little bit by myself, I think like 5 minutes, and then I caught up to another person who had already started bridging earlier. I don't know his name, but he's done a few of the local races. He's super strong. He helped me bridge. I don't think I would have got across to the break unless he was there with me, just because the break was really well organized and they were working together. Yeah, so once we got there, it was really easy to just stay in the rotation. Yeah, everyone was working really well together. It was really smooth, and the gap just kept growing. So I think at one point we had like a minute and a half on the field, and at that point everyone was satisfied with the gap. So at that point we're just tempo. Everyone's pulling through tempo. It gets really easy. And then in the last 20 minutes, Justin started attacking the field, which was super cool because he's a sprinter. He could have just sat in and waited for the end, but it's good training, animate the race. So after that we started attacking each other. Yeah. And then with 3 laps to go, I had some momentum after someone had just attacked, so I counterattacked, and that counterattack lasted till the end, so I was really stoked with that. Yeah, so it was a good day. So I'm super into training with power and things like that. I actually got certified as a USA cycling coach, so I wanted to tell some of the power that it took to kind of to bridge to the break and to do that last effort. So the bridge to the break was a really hard effort for me. Those first 5 minutes when I was by myself, I did 400 watts for it was like 6 minutes. So I think I averaged 29.8, so about 30 miles an hour. Yeah, so that was I was stoked with that, and the whole bridge took about 12 minutes, and for that I did like 375. The power went a little bit down once I had another person, so that was super helpful. And then going through the rest of the race, it was pretty easy. I don't know the exact number, but the last 8 minutes, once I attacked and soloed, it was 375 again for I think 7 minutes. So that's pretty decent power. I'm still working on it. I haven't had a lot of training for the last few months, probably 11-12 hours a week. So I know that sounds like a lot, but for the professional races, it's probably like an average amount. But recently, since I've gotten off school, I've been training more, so I'm putting in miles for U23 Nats, because that's going to be a hard race, going to be a fun race. So yeah, I was super stoked to see those numbers. I'm at the end of a block, so racing at the end of a block is always good for overload purposes, and that it's hard to push yourself when you're feeling fatigued, but in a race you have a little bit more, what's the word? You have more motivation to kind of go harder. So it's always good to do some racing at the end of a block. So yeah, unfortunately the video didn't. I had turned it on and I forgot I turned it on, so I pressed the button again, and kind of messed it up. I stopped recording, so I was super bummed about that, because that would have been super cool video, right? Me attacking the field and kind of winning. But yeah, hopefully I don't mess up for CBR tomorrow, and kind of get everything working. So yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. All right, thanks.